On tonight's deforestation megasode, the Messi struggles to go up a hill.
With this precision.
The MB track struggles to go down it. Oh! And the editor doesn't want to do his job anymore. Hello and welcome to something completely different from my side. Let me just get off this ledge over here before I fall in. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, ever since the Platinum expansion for FS22 came out, I have wondered, how long would it take, and is it even possible, to cut down all of the trees on the SIlverrun forest map? But I wanted to spice that question up a bit and make it a challenge. Can I cut down, transport and process all of the trees on this map? And starting with only this Massey 675 and a small logging trailer. I don't own any land and I have 0 euros in my bank account. And that means I'll have to do some contracts first, before I can even start with the challenge. Now, you might ask yourself, what kind of an idiot comes up with such a stupid and hard challenge? And the answer is the kind that instantly forgets to fold up the stabilizing legs and the crane. Literally 2 seconds after he was looking at them. So let's fix that real quickly. But first, let's check if there are any interesting contracts available. And that one looks promising. A tree transport. Rich here wants someone to transport 19 trees from the forest to the sawmill. And he's offering 10 grand for that? Well, I think I'm the man for the job, Rich. Well, now, where are these trees located? Am I blind? Or is there no marker to be found? Now that's embarrassing. I spent way too long searching all over the map to see where the marker is, and I couldn't find it because I had the filter turned off. God dang it. Well, now that I know where the logs are, let's head over there. And whilst I'm driving over there, let me tell you about our sponsor. Just kidding, I don't have any. What I do have are some ground rules that I might break if things don't go as I planned. First off, I'm not allowed to lease any equipment. Second, I'm not allowed to use super strength, only cranes and front loaders. Third, I cannot take out a loan. And the last one, the time is always at times 15, which means I have about an hour per day, and I'm going to stick with a day per episode. And it also looks like I took a wrong turn, because I should have been on that bridge and not below it. And as per usual, things are not going to plan, as if I had a plan, which I don't. Well, I might have chosen the worst tractor to start this series with. I can barely climb this hill with an empty trailer. To be fair, it's really steep hill, but still, this is going to be painfully slow. At least we are here now, and I can already see a problem. Well, let's get started. and see if I can grab 2 logs. No, no, I cannot. And this trailer is so shit. It doesn't even have a telescopic boom. Well, I wanted a challenge, didn't I? So, how many logs can we get on a single trailer load? That's one. And the second one, I can already tell you that it's going to take more than 2 trips to complete this contract. And I just hope that the tractor will be able to pull the trailer. It might be a good idea to strap some of them before I inevitably flip the trailer. Now, that is a sight to behold. Luckily, there aren't any police in the game, because I am overweight and too long, and not to mention underpowered. Yep, all that is not going to go onto a single trailer load, which means it's going to be a long day. I started this episode at 8 a.m. and it's now 12:20 and I haven't even done a single round trip. Not to mention, I'll need to do it twice more. I better get a move on. Now this is the way I should have come from in the first place. The tractor has plenty of power going downhill and on the flat parts, but I'm not looking forward seeing how it does on the steep bits. I mean, it's already starting to struggle, and as an insult to injury, I have to manually shift the gears because of the setup I'm working with. I'm already all the way down to second low gear, and we're going only 3 kilometers per hour. And with that, the viewer retention went from 0 to -0. We're picking up some speed, but as soon as I shift, I lose half the momentum and get stuck. Luckily, that is the only portion of the trip that is uphill. At least when we have a full trailer. Whoa! Looks like we have another problem. The tractor is so light and the trailer so heavy that when I brake, the trailer just pushes the tractor forward. So that means I either go downhill extremely slowly or just floor it and don't brake and hope for the best. And we're jackknifing. That's not good. This is going to be a fun episode for whomever is still watching. Finally, after a long ass time, we have arrived. And I can't find the trigger. Where is it? Just let me just turn them on. And of course I was completely on the wrong side of it. Wow, that was worth 6 hours of work for $10. Well, let's go back and do it all over again. Oh, come on, man. Does it really need to be raining right now? I better hurry up then, he said whilst going 5 kilometers per hour. And now it's also getting dark. Perfect. Just what I needed. I better turn on the lights so that I can see what the heck I'm doing over here. At least the crane is working as it should have, considering I can't extend. Shit. At least the crane is working as it should have, considering it can't extend. But at least I have the skills to use all of its potential, because I am the greatest operator there ever was. Oh, there is no way I'm going to get all of the logs onto this trailer load, so we better pack up and get them to the sawmill. But first, straps, so that when I inevitably roll the trailer, at least the logs should stay on it. So, full speed ahead, Captain! Of course now it stops raining, now that I'm inside the tractor. Great. Back to our scheduled struggling to get up a hill with this piece of shit truck. Now for the downhill part. And the long straighty bit that never seems to end. At least for me. The editor will probably cut this out so that he doesn't get bored whilst editing this video. It looks like I can't even drive in a straight line, but let's say that that's the trailer's fault. And I'm jackknifing again. No. Oh, let's get our $10. Wait, what? Now it's 9? Come on! Well, place your predictions in the comments. Will I finish this contract before midnight? Back we go for hopefully the last time. And we're here. Let's get this contract finished. 4 logs left to go. That's one. And that is the second one. If it will fall into place. Oh, get in there. Well, not having a telescoping boom is a bit painful, but I managed to load all the logs without it. Now let's find out if I can get to the sawmill in an hour and 50 minutes of in-game time. And we're already at the bridge, making it in a record time. And also managing to get some sick aerial shots while doing it. Now for the steep bit, I lost all the momentum, but managed to get it back. And for the downhill, can I get through it without getting jackknifed? Ah! The answer is yes. Yes, I can. Now I just need to concentrate for the long and boring straight bit. It's hard to stay going straight, but I somehow managed to. Now only 3 corners left. Managing the first one without even letting go of the gas pedal. Only 40 minutes left and 2 corners to go. Can I make it? Find out right now. There's traffic building up behind me as I enter the second to last corner and going flat out, not losing any speed. Can I concentrate and make the last corner perfectly? That's a risky move, going into the last corner at full speed. Will I manage to control the tractor at this kind of speed? There's 25 minutes left on that clock, and I'm just in front of the finish line. Can I make it? I'm in the finishing line. All that I have to do to finish is press the button. And we have a winner! With only 22 minutes left on the clock. That was exciting, wasn't it? Okay, now I don't have any place to call home just yet, so I'll sleep in the tractor over at the abandoned roller coaster. Oh, this is cozy. All sweaty and drenched from the rain. I'll leave this episode here. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye bye. Hello everyone, and welcome back. It's a new day and a new month. Our current stance on the challenge: we are 640 euros in debt, but I haven't yet finished the contract, so let's do that right now. And now we have magically 9,809 euros. Now, are there any new contracts available? We aren't doing the harvesting ones for sure, and we don't have a hydraulic breaker to do the rock removal ones, and I also don't want to spend another day doing one transporting contract. So let's do a deadwood one. But which one? Evelyn wants me to cut down 14 trees, whilst Adrian or Adriana wants 11. Well, if you do the math, for 450 euros more and only 3 trees extra, I think the odds are in Evelyn's favor. So I'll take her contract. And of course, it is on the other side of the freaking map. So let's get going with our awesome tractor that can barely go 35 kilometers per hour. So I shall see you when I get to the forest. Maybe tomorrow. Finally here. I just hope there isn't any steep hills here. And phew! Luckily, they aren't! Now, let's find the dead trees. And here is one. And it's the right one as well. And I know that by the way that it is. Off to work we go. Get the chainsaw running. Wait, what? Why can't I cut it down? It's marked, so I should be able to cut it. Is it out of the area? I mean, it's right on the edge of the circle. Well, let's try a different one as soon as I can find one. Oh, here is one. And same story, different tree. Something's not right here. And as per usual, the first 5 minutes of the episode I spent troubleshooting. So I spent way too long trying to figure out what's going on here. And spoiler alert, I still don't know. I still don't know what's wrong. So the last option that I have is to turn on the option from the Lumberjack mod that allows me to cut down any tree, even if I don't own it. So let's see if that solves the problem. And it looks like it has. Just need to make sure that I don't fell it on top of my tractor. It looks like it counts towards the contract, so we are good. And that cut marks the beginning of the end, and the beginning of the challenge. This is the first tree of many, and I wonder how much is it worth if I take it to the sawmill. I have my handy dandy little measuring tape, and let's cut it into 5-meter long pieces. Luckily, the sawmill is just across the road, so that I can quickly see if it's worth my time to clean all the fallen trees. Now let's get them loaded onto the trailer. It might be best if I back the trailer in, so that we start with the thicker ones first. And we can also see how good my reversing skills are. And they could have been better, but for now they are okay. All loaded now. Let's see how much a whole tree is worth. Oh, I'm not going to do that again. And we are here. Apparently, you need to drive into the water at this sawmill to deposit the logs. So I just hope that I don't drive in too far. Now that's time well spent, and it's not worth it at all. Well, that calls it. I'm not clearing the trees after me. So back to the forest we go. All that I need to do is to find the remaining 13 trees, which shouldn't be that hard, right? And that marks the second tree. Only a million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, thousand more left to go. And maybe a few less. And one more left to be cut down. And with that, the contract is completed. Just need to collect the money. And what the... Don't tell me the trees respawn after the contract is finished. No! That means that we are still at 0 trees cut down, technically. So set the counter back to 0. Let's head back into the town, since it's only 12 PM and we still have quite some time left for today. As we have a bit over 12 grand, we might be able to buy our first plot of land, and then we can officially start with the challenge. I'm just going to park at the petrol station and we'll have a look at the pricing of the plots of land. That one's too expensive. This one's even worse. I better not even check that one. It's not looking good so far. How about these little plots over here? No, they are more reasonable, but they are still way too expensive. And well, how about that? It looks like plot number 30 is the only one that we can actually afford right now. Let's buy it and start cutting down some trees and make some money. So, it isn't much, but we have to start somewhere. This is just perfect. Like cursed. The plot of land is at the top of the hill. So let's struggle to get to the top now. Looks like this is us. We have some decent trees over here. But it looks like there is no obvious way to get to them, because there's a creek flowing around all 3 sides of it. Luckily it's not a big one, but it's an inconvenience nonetheless. I say that we get things started and chop down the actual first tree of the challenge. Which one should I do first? This one looks like a nice one, and it's right next to the creek. And there's a lot of open space. Let's mark it for good luck. Actually, I'll mark these 2 as well. For real, the first tree is fallen, and it's on our own land this time. Just need to get rid of the evidence, aka the stump. And would you look at that? It's even light enough that I can carry it with my own hands. I'll put it over here, out of the way, and instantly forget about it. Now let's cut down the big one. Timber! We don't need the branches, so we can get rid of them. Just like that. And now we can make some logs right at the 5-meter mark. Well, we managed to get 5 logs out of it, so it's a pretty nice yield. And we even got a leftover stick at the end, which we can put in the forget pile. Well, let's get the tractor and start loading this bad boy on the trailer. Since we don't have a lot of space, it might not be a terrible idea to back the trailer in. And I can also practice my reversing skills as well. And great, I can't see anything because of the brush. So I better go check where the logs are. Phew, almost ran them over. So we need to go more to the right, which is left, but it's actually right. I'm confusing myself. I'm just gonna do it and not explain it. I might have run over a log, but I got to where I wanted. So that counts as a win. And now you can watch me struggle with this useless crane as I want to load the logs. Well, I can't just blame the crane. It is also a bit of my fault, since I did make the logs a bit too long for this trailer. But the crane is still... It's a love-hate relationship, actually. I hate it whilst I use it, but I sure am happy when it's all done. And the trailer is full of logs. Might be a good idea to first buy a winch so that I won't need to move the tractor every 2 logs, because the crane can't reach. And now more backing up, because why not? And it has to be done. Well, that is the first tree all loaded up on the trailer. And we already have the next candidate to be cut down, right here next to us. Another decently sized tree. Got it all cut into equal pieces. And it looks like I can't cut it if it falls down and the part that I want to cut isn't on my property. Even though I just cut it down. That's weird. Anyways, let's get it loaded before it starts getting dark. All done. Now let's go and see how much 2 trees are actually worth. And as per usual, it got dark in the meantime. Oh, this is going to be a fun drive to the sawmill. A lot of jackknifing ahead is expected. but we somehow managed to get out of the forest without tipping the trailer over, so I count that as a win. All that is ahead is a level road with some turns, but we should be fine. As I jackknife again. I finally managed to get here. Now let's see how much half a day's work is actually worth. And the magic number is just over 10 grand. It's not bad, considering I paid 9 for the land. Yeah. So that means we're already making profit. And since we have our own land now, I don't need to sleep in front of the roller coaster. I can sleep under the stars in my own forest. It's getting late, and that means we have run out of time for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm just enjoying the view off of this cliff. And oh, I forgot that I parked the tractor there. Well, at least the brakes are holding, which is good. I say we get the Messi started and carefully back it off the ledge. And not into the lake. What should we do today? I know, let's cut down some more trees, shall we? Now, at the end of the last episode, we earned some money. So I will just unhook the trailer over here. And let's head down into the valley to the machine dealer. Now we only have 11 grand, so a new tractor or a new logging trailer is out of the question. But we do have enough money for a logging winch. Where's the trigger for the shop? Oh yeah, of course, I have them turned off, because of course I have. And it looks like we only have one option available, and it's the Typhoon one. I just hope the Messi is powerful enough. We shall see. It does need 60 horsepower. And with that, we just bought our first piece of machinery. Let's get it hooked up and head back to the forest so that we can test it out. Oh yeah, we still have this log here that I for some reason can't cut because it's not on my land. And we shall deal with it in just a bit. But first, let's cut down the first tree of the day. Wait, how is it even growing inside of a rock? I know, we better save it by cutting it down. There you go, little tree. You're free now. And I have learned my lesson and will cut the logs into 4-meter pieces instead of 5. And it looks like we got 4 logs out of it. And the last one can go into the forget-a pile. Now let's test the winch out if it's worth the money. Got the rope in my hand and it's attached to the log. It's moving and now it's stuck behind the rock. And now the log is pulling the mess. Perfect. That's not going to plan. Oh my! Almost rolled the tractor. But we did get the log unstuck. So, win-lose situation? That was thrilling, but I don't want to do it again. Now that we got our tree back on our land, let's cut it into logs. And managed to get 3 out of it. And now we can use the winch as it was intended to be used. Or at least what I assume its intent is. Got 2 logs attached, and we can winch them to the tractor. And how neat is that? Got 2 more attached. And whoops! Looks like the log got stuck somewhere and yanked the tractor back. Luckily, I wasn't in it. Yep, they got stuck behind another tree, but it does look like the yanking of the tractor got them unstuck. And now I'm just making a mess. It would be a great idea to make a big pile of logs, but it needs an easy access. I know, I shall drag the logs out of my forest and on the forest road, so that I won't need to struggle getting the trailer in and out of here. That's not a tight turning circle. I almost drove into the lake. I'm actually impressed by the little Massey. It's not even struggling with towing at all. I mean, it could benefit with some extra weight, but otherwise, it's a great winching tractor. I think right here will be a great spot for the pile. It's got an easy access, and it's relatively flat-ish. And that is the first load done. Back for more we go. Our next candidate to be cut down is conveniently located right next to where we already have a couple of logs. So another tree for the counter. And how about that? We have yet another log for the forget-a-pile. Grab the winch cable, drag it to the log, attach it to the log, and attach it to the neighboring log, and winch it to the tractor. It's easy as that. I mean, it's easy in the game. In real life, it's not. Believe me, it's hard work. Let's connect them all to the winch, and wait, what? Looks like we can only winch 4 logs at a time. But I suppose it's still better than 1 at a time, that we would be doing with the logging trailer. And that is 4 more logs for the pile. I'm just gonna tidy them up a bit. Looks better-ish. It really doesn't, but it is what it is. We are making some great time already on tree number 3. Say that 10 times fast. Tree number 3, you're right. For today, and it's only noon. If we continue at this pace, we will be done with the challenge in about 50 years, give or take 10. But I'm planning at speeding this up considerably, as soon as we get some decent money. Now this is the biggest one yet. Oh, and it fell right on my head. Luckily, I do have a helmet on, because safety is great. It's amazing how you get so much space if you just remove a couple of trees. It's a shame that there is no road to our land. Maybe we should build a bridge. Holy cow! What was that? What just happened? It scared the shit out of me. And of course it flew right into the tractor. I'm lucky it didn't break a window. I need to be more careful going forward. Maybe we should do this from a bit of a different angle. Like from here. It's better, but still not great. I don't know. Should I sort the logs by tree type, or does it not matter? It won't hurt if I just make another pile over here. I say we start loading these logs onto the trailer, because it looks like it will start to get dark real soon. I can park the winch over here for now, since we don't have any storage sheds or even space to put them. I'll start with the bigger logs first, so that the center of gravity doesn't get too high. That is one pile loaded, and the trailer already looks half full with only 4 logs on it. Fortunately, or should I say unfortunately, these aren't that big, so maybe I'll manage to get them all on one trailer load. And I'm already dropping things, so that is not good. And now he doesn't want to get in. Oh, come on. You're starting to get on my nerve. Finally, it is in. I might have parked a bit too far away from the pile, but it can just barely reach, so I won't move closer, at least yet. Oh great, another one trying to piss me off. Okay, just breathe and keep calm. There it is. Just need to relax. Now that one is my fault, I'll admit it. Can you believe it? It's like I had planned. All of the logs managed to fit into one trailer load. I just hope that I don't roll down the hill instead of driving. Just slow and steady. Almost at the bottom. And now floor it! I'm actually impressed that I somehow managed not to crash back there. And we are here. So how much did we earn with today's haul? Not as much as yesterday, but still not too shabby. Surprise, surprise to absolutely nobody, it got dark. But we still have some time left for today's episode. So let's do some nighttime logging. And our forget-a pile is getting pretty big, so we might need to rename it soon. So let's get them winched out of here and into a pile. Considering that it came from 2 trees, it's actually pretty big.
That's what she said.
This one is also decently sized, so down it goes. Huh, looks like I forgot a log from the previous tree. Now I mustn't forget it again. Just remind me if I do. Might as well cut this little one so that it's out of the way. And let's finish this episode with this one. And look at that! The total on the counter is
11.
So we are finally in double digits! Yay! I'll just tidy up around here. Get the tiny logs onto the forget-a pile. And since we are going out of the forest with the tractor, I'll take a load of logs with me. Tidy the log pile a bit, so that tomorrow I won't be struggling whilst loading them onto the trailer. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode. Just going to park the tractor precariously right to the edge of the cliff. But just for dramatic purposes only. And let's just make sure it's in park. And that is it. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like. And if you want to see more of the episodes, subscribe. And bye for now. Hello everyone, and welcome back. The sun still hasn't come up, and it's already 8 o'clock. So that means that we aren't going to have a lot of daylight for a few episodes. Because it's officially winter, although without the snow. I keep forgetting that there is a used vehicle tab in the shop, so let's check it out. And okay, that looks like a nice deal. A 6030 John Deere with 85 horsepower. Now I do see a problem in that it is 35 grand and I only have 10. So is it possible for me to make 25,000 euros before the deal disappears? I better get a move on because I don't know how long it will be available for. Into the Massey we go. Need to turn on the lights so that you can see what's going on. We do have a pile of logs here from yesterday, so I'll just unhook the winch and get the trailer attached real quickly. It looks like there's about a trailer load of logs in the pile, so I'll quickly get them loaded and take them to the sawmill. Oh man, wrong lever. Almost tipped the trailer. Gotta be more careful than that. Well, that are all the logs loaded, and there is still some space on the trailer, which is not ideal at all. And finally, we have daylight. Although it is almost 10 a.m. and we are at the sawmill. So how much did we earn? Not even halfway there. That is not good. I mean, it's still on the page, but who knows for how long. So okay, back we go, and let's keep our fingers crossed and hope it doesn't disappear. Okay, double time now. Luckily, there are a few trees already fallen, so I just need to get them out of the forest, to the road, and onto the trailer. And yes, they are already cut. Nice. So I got the first batch ready to pull. Right here should be fine for a pile. It's nice open space. Man, this creek is really annoying right now. But I can't do anything about it, so I'll just have to deal with it for now. Or at least until I've cleared this area of the forest. And we are out of already prepared logs. So this is going to be the first tree of this episode that's gonna be cut down. Yup, I learned my lesson last time not to rush, or you'll get bonked on the head by the tree. Okay, what's the situation with the tractor? Let's see. Come on! It's gone already. Ah, it's a sad reality. And there's absolutely nothing that I can do about it. But I did just learn a lesson. And that is that we need more money so that this doesn't happen again. And with that, let's go make some money. Cue the montage, editor. Wait, you want a montage? Oh heck no! You're not paying me enough for the amount of work you give me. Wait, actually, you aren't even paying me. I'm done. I'm out of here. Oh shit, I have the mic still on. Okay, editor, just cut this part out. We have quite the pile going on over here, and can you believe it? It's only 2:30 and the sun is already starting to go down and we're losing daylight. I'm just going to say it, winters are just the worst. The day is like 2 hours long and the rest is just dark. And then there's snow. I actually don't mind the snow until I have to move it so that you can get to literally anywhere. I just hope that in the game we don't get snow anytime soon, because we can barely get up the hill when it's dry, and I just can't imagine how it would go if there was any snow in the equation. That's the last bunch of logs from the trees that I cut during the montage. And since there is still some daylight remaining, I'll cut the last tree of the day. It's out of the woods and onto the pile, which is 2, maybe even 3 trailer loads big. And I think it's the biggest pile of this series, if I'm not mistaken. Well, we lost all of the daylight, but it's only 5:30, and I do not want or even like falling trees in the dark. So I'd say we get the trailer attached again and take a load or 2 to the sawmill. Actually, I'm really surprised with the lights on this tractor. I mean, for a 40-year-old tractor, the lights do make it look like daylight. And I do appreciate it, since it does make for a nicer video and I can actually see what I'm trying to do. That is a way better load than the first one today. It's actually filled to the top. I will, however, say that this isn't my neatest load. It's probably the complete opposite, also known as the worst. Luckily, the looks don't matter where we're going. They only care about weight, length, and size.
That's what she said.
So down the hill we go, and hopefully I don't crash in the process of doing that. We are here, and I wonder if this load is worth any more than the first one today. It's still better than the first one, although not by much. I wonder, are there any new offers on the used vehicle sales? Okay. Am I seeing this right? Is that an MB track? And I can actually afford it? I mean, we do need another tractor, and this one can actually go 40 kilometers per hour, so it's faster than the Massey, and it has more power than it as well. Well, we can't afford to upgrade the engine just yet, and we don't need the front linkage either, but we do need extra lights, since we always work in the dark for some reason or the other. Oh, and we do need the Charmiller style connection or attacher. And I think 2 remote valves are enough, I hope. Okay, I say we buy it, and with that we are back to 911 euros. But we have our new transporting tractor now. It sure isn't big, but it's big enough for us at this stage of the challenge. How about we start this bad boy? Wait, L2. So low 2. How many gears does it have? It has low 1, high 1, low 2, and high 2. I'm confused. I'll just attach the trailer first, and then we shall see how many gears it actually has. Good news! The trailer fits and we have enough valves. Now, for the moment of truth, how many gears does it have? So that's 8 gears per group, and there are 4 groups. So that means it's got 32 gears. Holy smokes! I struggled with 6 on the Massey. So this isn't just going to be challenging to figure out the gearing, it's pretty much going to be impossible, at least for me, for now. And now for the second moment of truth. Will it struggle going up our hill? And the answer is surprising to absolutely nobody. Yes, because I do not know how to shift anymore, so this is going to be painful for quite a bit of time. Well, we didn't manage to get the 6030 John Deere at the beginning, but at the very last moment we got our second chance, and now we have a brand new, at least to us, MEP Track 440, and I hope it's going to serve us mighty well. And with that good news, I'm going to end this episode here. If you like this episode, leave a like, of course, and if you don't, and if you don't want to miss the next episode, where we will thoroughly test the MEP track, I suggest that you subscribe. Bye for now. Hello everyone, and welcome back. It's a beautiful December morning. Just kidding, it's dark and I hate it. But we have logs to cut and trees to transport. And we don't have a lot of time, because as you can guess, the forecast is for, drumroll please, it's going to snow all day. So we better get a move on. Last night, we somehow managed to afford an MEP track. So I say, we try it out. And perfect, it's already starting to snow. Well, the plan is going south sooner than I wanted. And that means we are in a hurry. Because as soon as the ground gets frosty and snow starts to stick to it, I won't be able to get up the hill or even down it. And that means that this is probably going to be the first and the last load of logs that we are going to transport today. And that is the last 2 logs loaded and strapped down. One is sticking out a bit, but it should be fine. Off we go down the hopefully not slippery hill. And that's a great start already, skidding sideways. This is going to be great. Oh, crap. Oof, the hard part's done. And it's flat ground from here forward. Well, this happened just now. I somehow managed to tip the trailer. Thankfully, we do have a crane to help us get it back right side up. Much better. And let's not do that again. And now we are on the road. So off we go with caution this time. And maybe a lower gear. Oof, that was a treacherous journey just then. But we somehow managed to get here with all of the logs still on the trailer. That are some good straps. And that is a decent number we got for it. Now I hope the journey back will be less eventful. And luckily it was. So I'll park the trailer since I'm not doing that again. Trust me, I'm not. Oh, is there any good offers in the used vehicles today? Nothing of use for us, or it's just too expensive. Well, it's snowing like crazy, so I say we go ham and chop down some trees. No tree is safe from me. We are clearing the lot today. And that is the first victim. But it's so small that it goes to the forget pile. I wonder, how many trees are there on this land? Well, it turns out quite a few. Still, I'll get rid of the small ones first, since I can carry them by hand. Wait, are these trees still on my property? I mean, I can mark it, and it somehow allows me to cut it down. That's odd. Same with this one. Something is not right here. Let me check the map. Okay, it's definitely not on my land. Do I have cut anywhere on? Oh, yeah. That makes sense. And that's better. Back to work we go. How many trees are there in this valley? Oh, quite a few it turns out. Well, hear me out. Here's the plan. And that means that there's no plan. Just chaos. Farmer's chaos. Roll credits. Just kidding. I'll start with the small ones, so that I can clear them by hand. And as predicted, the snow started to stick to the ground. So good luck to me when I inevitably tried to go up and down the hill. This big one is getting on my nerves. It's a good thing that I can cut it down. It's barely 3 o'clock and it's already getting dark. Classic winter. All dark and no fun. Man, the Messi is looking really dirty compared to Ambit Track. Huh, gonna do something about it. Well, I say we get the Messi started and do some winching, since it does look like the perfect weather for it. Sarcasm. I'll give credit where credit's due. The logs are way easier to spot in the snow, and when there is less bushes in the way. That are all the logs that were fallen cleared. So back to logging we go. I haven't been in this corner yet, and as we found out in the second episode, the deadwood trees are pretty much worthless. So this one goes to the forget-a pile, which has gotten so big that you can't really forget about it anymore. So maybe I should call it by its real name, the wood chip pile. I'll just drag the whole tree out and I'll cut it at the wood chip pile. Oh yeah, that's why I had it turned on. Because of this. Well, I better turn it back on again. Much better. I hope this tree is worth more in wood chips than it is in wood. And now it got so dark that I don't think any of you viewers can see what's going on, since I can barely see what I'm doing. So this is going to be the last tree of this episode, unfortunately. And it's cleared. Well, we did manage to boost the counter quite a bit today, but we still have a long way to the finish of this challenge. But we have arrived to the finish line of this episode. I'll just park the Massey and I'll leave this episode here. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a like. And if you don't want to miss any of my videos, subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Hello everyone, and welcome back. It's a new month and a new year, but it's still snowing, and the forecast is that it's going to snow for the whole day today, and most likely till March. And then apparently rain. So, just the conditions that I like working in. Well, what should we do today? Do I go the boring route and cut down the remaining trees? Or do I make my life miserable but entertaining for you, the viewers, by transporting logs down the icy hill and to the sawmill? A tough choice this is. I'll take the safer option. Who am I kidding? Let's make this video interesting. That is dark. I can't see Where's the light switch? Nope, that's the hazards. That's the ignition. Here they are. Still not much better. Maybe that is better, but not really. Well, the weather isn't getting any better, so there's no point in delaying the inevitable. Although I do need to load the trailer first. How did you end up here? I'm pretty sure I didn't leave you there. Huh. It's an unsolvable mystery. This is going to be fun. I can't even see the whole pile. So wish me luck. How about that? The sun finally decided to show up. I might have loaded the trailer a bit too much. So, now for the fun part. At least I wish it was fun for me. But it isn't. So, let's get it going. Camera is rolling and action. It's already a great start, getting jackknifed by the trailer. But he somehow managed to get back on track. Oh no! He overcorrected. But he was quick on the brakes. Can he get it under control? He's making progress. Are things finally going his way? Oh no, spoke too soon. That's a bad position to be in. Can he get out of it? This is not looking good for him. The tractor is pointing in the wrong direction. He's trying desperately to back it up. Will he succeed? Here comes the moment of truth. Nope, the situation just got a lot worse for him. That is not a good spot to be stuck in. What is he doing? Whoa! I don't think even he thought that was a good idea. And now he's completely stuck. A tree got wedged between the tractor and the trailer. It looks like it's the end of the road for Farmer's Chaos today. Here comes the rescue. Will they be able to save Farmer's Chaos from his from this little pickle that he's in? The winch is attached, but will the Messi be powerful enough to pull it out? Oh no! Disaster strikes again! Looks like the trailer tipped over whilst being pulled. That's not looking good. I hope everyone is okay. How about that? They decided to just pull the rig whilst on its side. And now it looks like they will try and use the crane to flip the trailer back on its wheels. And they have done it. Looks like Farmer's Chaos isn't yet out of the fight. What is his plan now? That is brave! He just went head first straight down the hill, and he somehow managed to get down it without any kind of trouble. And he managed to skip the hardest part of the track with this bold maneuver. It's straight and flat forward for him now. Or is it? There has been so much snowfall recently that the forest road is completely covered with snow. And you can barely see where it is. And that means that it's extremely slippery. So even though it is flat, it still isn't going to be smooth sailing from here forward. That's one way of doing it. Basically skidding the tractor from left to right so that the trailer is heading straight. And he is out of the forest. But he is not out of trouble just yet. It sure is asphalt, but that doesn't mean it isn't icy and slippery. He does have a lot of luck, since there aren't any cars on said road right now, so he can use the whole width of it for himself. And that was a really near miss with the white car that just appeared from nowhere. He is nearly at the finish line, just 3 corners left to go. And he has made it. Just barely, but he did. Luckily, time is not important. All that matters is that the wood got delivered. Let's hear it from Farmer's Chaos. How was this journey from your perspective? First of all, I'm not doing it again with this tractor and trailer setup in this condition. But it was an interesting experience to say nonetheless. But no, I will not be doing that again. That was not fun at all. But we did manage to get a load to the sawmill, at least. And since we still have some time left, I say we cut down the first and probably last tree of the day. I hope the Massey works a bit better in the snow than the MB track. It is managing these logs with ease. Now, I probably don't need to drag them all the way to the top, so I'll just make a little pile over here. And that is the tree all neatly piled up. Oh, what gives? I'll take another trailer load to the sawmill. All for your entertainment. We do have a couple of logs left over here from the previous load, so I'll load those up first. Now for the bigger pile. I'm surprised that I managed to cut down the perfectly sized tree to fit the trailer. I just hope that this round won't be as exciting as previous. And I mustn't forget to strap the logs down. So, here goes nothing. And it looks like I forgot a log. Well, nothing I can do about it now. It's just going to need to wait for the next round. The trip wasn't as bad as before, but still it wasn't great. Let's see how much did we earn from this load. Bang on average. And is there any new used equipment for sale? That is a nice John Deere, but we are missing a few grand to be able to afford it, unfortunately. Home sweet home, we are back, and I think it got dark enough for me to end this episode here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one.